The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Previously on Stone to Space.
For the start of Chapter 3, we went to Kerbal Space Program to learn how to make rockets so that we could explore the stars for a new home. We began playing on career mode while not knowing anything about what we were doing. After doing some research off-stream, we then moved to the science mode with newfound knowledge. We went to both moons, created communication networks, planes, science missions, a space station, and then ended the game by traveling all the way to Duna in the Antari ship.
After arriving at Duna, our ship the Antares fell apart, causing us to land on Duna and mine its resources so that we could fix the Antari ship. We unlocked various buildings, and also different types of science. After fixing everything but scanners on the ship, we then left the planet behind us as we continued to travel in space.
Partially during our space flight, we landed on an asteroid. Over the course of a few hundred cycles, we had mined out the asteroid, converting its resources into various things that we needed in order to keep 24 dupes alive. We made a lot of automated machines to take, cool, or convert items into other items. We then turned on a machine that would allow us to take a dive into the dreams of one of our dupes. Hello and welcome to a Twitch Plays Along series called Stone to Space. Today we're in Chapter 3, Space Travel. Today we are playing Vintage Story. And I forget what we were doing before we did the break. I know we just put our charcoal back in. You were just wrapping things up. Awesome. With that being said, this is our last stream. It'll be a couple more weeks before the actual one. That's still okay. We are finishing Vintage Story today. We're either going to do the full 12 hours, which I'm not planning on doing, or we're going to finish right now. We did just make our first coke oven. I have steel going in here. It's at 60%. We just relit it. We made a little bit of coke. I thought that you could turn charcoal into coke, and it looks like the other coals are the only ones you could turn into coke. But this is our little burning area. Since we have them so close to each other, I figured why not just make one room for the beehive kiln and the calcifying thing. This should be the remaining charcoal we need to make this go to 100%. I'm not too sure, but if I did the math correctly this time, that should be it. And right now we're making fire clay bricks, which are still raw. They look like they're about 6 hours into the whole 10. We were in the process of making maple syrup, and I don't know how to use the cauldron. That's something I've never used before. I think it has to go in a fire pit. That would make sense. We just bought it from a trader. So if I grab that and place this on top, or does it go in it? Ooh, it goes in it. Alright, we have about 22 liters of maple syrup, so I think I can go like this. And just cook it all at once. I think this is gonna work. I've never used a cauldron, so I don't know. And it's about a 1/4 of the sap portion. So I use firewood. Will this tell me how much it needs temperature wise? 150 degrees. Okay, we're using firewood for sure. And I need like a little shelf here. Why do we have slabs like this? Is there a reason behind? Okay, that makes a sense. But if I did this, we could have this like a shelf. Alright, I'm gonna get one plank for in here and just chisel out one corner to make it look like a staircase. But what I'm trying to do is create a spot for that to be. And then we need to light that. And this was getting done just so that I could have these empty buckets. How's the corn doing? We're down to 2 stacks of bones. Almost 2.5, so we're getting close to being done that. Oh, that's the skull cobblestone. This is our fire pit that we just made. Not a fire pit, our fireplace. And I meant to get that piece of dirt a while ago and forgot. Grab that, grab this. We're gonna need our chisel and hammer. And we have seeds in our inventory because we're going to be making apiaries. Chisel and hammer. I really did forget that quickly what we were coming in here for. I should probably grab the wrench in case this doesn't get placed down the way that I want it to before I chisel it. I thought it's funny that we found this wrench in a ruin way back on like the 4th stream, and I still have yet to use it enough for it to break, and it's only copper. Like I said, I had a feeling it wouldn't place the same way as the floor. So we do that, we right click, put this in our offhand, then I need to change to this, nope. One more. Do I want that look for the entire thing? What happens if I chisel this to being... That looks more like a shelf. Can I still put something on it? Yes, I can. Alright, we're going down another bit. That was supposed to be there. Now, this never was a room up here, it seems. Okay, this looks more like a countertop now. That's what I was going for at the beginning. And these should not be there. How's this going? It's getting there. I'm trying to think of what else. Besides the trees. We really want it to be daytime to do that. And I didn't move this around yet. Where'd the other table go? Oh, it's up here. And that's really just for the music player. That's not where I wanted it. There we go. I'm thinking about making 3 tables here, I mean. I really should have the small chest up here with the different resonators. That gives us a use for the small chest. And then this should have all the lanterns. Grab all of these now. As far as I know, I have all of them. We have 8 total. They last forever, the wrenches. Yeah. Podcast, do you know how many different resonators are? Or tuning cylinders, I mean? Because right now we're using YouTube to play the Vintage Story soundtrack non-interrupted. And I'm pretty sure there's only... Okay, you don't know, that's fine. I think there's only 8. Because going off of this playlist that we're playing, there's 38 songs, and a lot of them I've heard played without this music player. So I'm pretty sure there's only 8 that you can't get through normal gameplay. But anyway, we're gonna go to sleep. When we wake up, we're gonna do the apiaries and fix the path blocks all around our town. I had first put them down for ease of access, but I think I'd rather do it in a different way. So we're gonna... Tuning center in the hand... Oh, that would make sense, Percuss. I also slept too long into the day. Okay, that's a little bit more than 8. There's also Dragonair in chat. That's the thing that turns into Dragonite, so it's almost a pseudo legendary. I have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to Quirky Town. So there's 10. What ones do I not have? I have Seraphs, Beautygrass on Night, Sunny Village, Invention, Culture Tavern. I don't have Peaceful Village. So it's Vintage Story, Quirky Town, and I don't have Hollow Croft. I had Peaceful Village before. I think I threw it away thinking it was one of the purple ones. Now, we've got all of our tuning cylinders from Bony Soil, and they don't say that it's obtained by breaking Bony Soil. So what if I look up Bony Soil and see if we can get those two? Is it Bony like that? Oh, I just saw it. There we go. It's with a Y. Does not tell you what you can pan from it. What if I do panning? That's not how you spell panning. Panning for ore and more. This doesn't tell you what you can get in it. Alright. We have 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. A little bit more than 3/4 of it. Now we are almost halfway done February. So if we play long enough, we will be able to see the next season. Oh, our Meteoric Iron's done. Our new set of fireplace should also be done by now, since we did go to sleep. Yeah. It's done, and the coal finally burned out. Now, it does say that they're still hot, but they're not burning my hand. So apparently I can hold 174 degree stuff. That's at 70%. This had nothing in it. I do think we placed that back one too far. I think I want them in line with this. I might move that forward in a little bit. And this is just so we can get through all of this. But seeing how Coke takes a little bit of setup to get through, we could turn all of this coal into Coke. Because going from black coal to coke, it adds 140 degrees. And I'm assuming that the temperature doesn't change no matter if I use brown coal compared to black. But do we need coke? I don't think we need coke. We do need the charcoal for doing these, though. I'm thinking about making 9. Actually, we could turn this into our, place for all the bloomeries. How many can I make out here? I'm gonna leave this open, so 1, 2, 6. I can make a total of 10 out here. Two, 3. Whoops. Ten of those. I'm going to place them all down because I can't fit the roof pieces in my inventory with these there. And then 1, 2. And the last one. And then I get the joy of placing all these in there. Did I get all this? I did not. No, I did. Oh, I ran out. I didn't think I was going to run out that quickly. Oh, can I use the bloomery for less than 12 pieces of meteoric iron? I don't think it's going to let me put coal in if I don't have 12. Because I only have enough for 1 bloomery and a half. That's a good thing that I'm gonna test it next time. I'm pretty sure it's a no. One stack should be enough to fill in this entire thing. Oh, fell down the stairs. Have fun lurking, Perkus. I don't know how long ago you said that. I just noticed. It looks like you did said that about 6 minutes ago. Grab a piece of pie. And then I have the next joy of lighting all these. Oh, I started the next one instead of this one. And then after this one, there should only be one more, which would be this one here. So they're all going. Since we were doing the bloomeries in this corner, I'll leave these here. That's all we're using the fire clay for. Alright. It is daytime. And what I'm thinking of doing is turning this large field into the aviary. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a maple tree area over here. I'm gonna offset it from this corner, I think. Since that is where the lights are. I really should move this light a little bit closer to the corner. Either that or put it at the end of this path. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Let's offset it by 4 blocks. So this would be the first tree. And then we'd have the spile here. I think I want grass, then path. A grass, then path. So this would be an X there. And then we're making another 2x2 block of snow. So that would be a tree. This would be a tree. This would be a tree. I feel like I did something wrong here. Spile, grass, path, grass, spile, tree, spile, grass, path, grass, spile, tree. Okay, so it's 2. This seems very far apart. Because that would be 2 spiles if I put a tree here. I'm okay with this. You know, we're gonna do rows. I will need these taken out of here. So there's gonna be one central path. And over here I will make it one path. So that's gonna be the way in from this side. So that's going to be a tree. Okay, and then tree right there. This is just so I can see visually where all the trees are now. Okay, so we have an extra tree seed, that's fine. None of these are going to grow right now because it is too cold. But what I'm going to do next is get rid of all this. In this case, I want to expand that way. And this path goes all the way down to the end of the last tree. Which will go one more. Now we're gonna need lanterns for in there. Let's grab ashlar blocks. We'll grab the lanterns that I had recently put away. We need the pantograph. So since this is the main, there's nothing going to be right here. I think if I put a lantern right here, it should light up the area in a nice way. Yes, I think that's going to translate very well later on. And the next place I can do this is the birch seeds for more sap-related stuff. But, like I said previously, we're not really going to be using them for sap, so I think I might just randomly place them in this area. We definitely are going to be using the the pine seeds for resin, so I could make this the resin area over this way. If I were to do that, it would be the same thing, so I could... What's this? Did I place that there? Is this another one? Oh, it's a loose flint. I could move this over. Or, better yet, I make this a middle piece. So this is going to be a spile here. Grass. And this is a path. I go one more. And then we go around this block. And then let's move all this over. This then becomes a centerpiece. It still lights up the same amount of area. If anything, it makes this a little bit darker when the tree's there later on. I could put another lantern out there. I think this will look good. And then we'll have trees going this way. Alright, so right here, there's a tree 3 blocks over. Right there. Here. Here. And then it's what? Every 5 blocks? That's 6 block away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be here. Right there, right there. That would be the end of the path. Didn't mean to delete that, but okay. And then there would be a path right here. Which then ties into this path. And also goes this way. Trees are here, 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 which translates to right there, there, and this block. Did I get rid of any blocks here? I don't think so. Now this is going to need 2 lanterns to light up. Because we don't have the help of 2 lanterns on that side. But first I'm going to place this over there. I also need to take this hill back a tiny amount. Because it's going to be dwarfed by our tree anyway. So if I just grab that and we put that in our offhand. so I can actually see what I'm doing. Should be this one, right? Yep. I already put the seats there. Okay. What do I want to do? I think I've seen the pine trees do a diagonal of 5 blocks out. Meaning right here would go to that? No, that can't be right. Is it 4? It's definitely longer than 3. It might be just 4. So if I go back to this spot here, that would probably be good enough of a distance. 3 blocks away from the tree. And then I want medium fertility in that area, which did not translate. Does that look weird being like that? I don't think it does. Alright, I definitely want a lantern here. But do I want one on the hill or over this side more? Throw those over there. I think I want one over here too. Oh, this is another place that we have to dig back a couple blocks. I'm only going to dig back 2 blocks, so it shouldn't look too weird. Except for when we get to the tree, that's gonna look a little odd because we have to go further away just for looks. And I am gonna get rid of these as well. Next step is to get rid of the stone. Hello, boy. Are you having fun running around? Oh, he doesn't have a cone. And I think for over here, we're just going to put the lantern on the wall. That is the same height, so it should be giving the same amount of light. And then I think about it, this isn't too dark of an area. Do I dig this whole wall? I think I'm going to get rid of this entire wall. Is that berry bush? Oh, it's just birch leaves. I am curious as to why everything is birch leaves instead of other types of trees. Alright, now that this is open, I'm going to close that off. That used to be a copper deposit there. Do we want a lantern there? That could be the lantern that ends at this path. I think that lights up a good area. This would go to here. And at that point, I could have a path going all the way to the end of the other path. All the way over to here. Alright, so anything that is missing dirt will be a path. I don't know if I have enough path. But we are going to be changing how the main road is. Highly doubt that that's going to be enough. Put that away, put this away. Since we're here, we might as well put the stones away. And we're gonna have to make more lanterns. Let's go this way instead of going around. Yeah, we definitely do not have enough path blocks. Okay, this wasn't originally going to connect this direction, but now it is, since we made that crossover. Alright, next thing would be making the amount of spiles we're going to need. I don't think I can place them on the ground, right? Oh, I can. Alright, we can do that for the buckets as well. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to take an early break so that I can eat dinner, feed the cats, and then when we come back, we are going to finish Vintage Story. So we're going to make all the spiles, all the buckets for these trees, which are going to give us maple syrup and pine resin. We're going to also place oak and birch trees over here, which I think I am going to light up. We did just make a bunch of candles, so all I'd have to do is make more brass stuff. That's tin bronze. So we're gonna make a lot of these out of tin bronze so we can get rid of our tin bronze. So anyway, let's go take a break and I'll see you guys soon. Alright, chat. I am fed. The cats are fed. Let's feed our addiction to Vintage Story. Music on. We should probably count how many trees we have here. Because whatever... excuse me. Don't know what that was. Scratching my throat. Whatever amount of trees we have is going to be multiplied by 4. I'm pretty sure we had 12, right? Each one of these is 6. So we have 12. So stop going after the cord. We have 23. It's 23 times 4. 72? $92. Yeah, that makes sense. So I need 92 spiles. And we're making them out of bronze, which would be over here. I don't know how many we're gonna need of this. let's just do it this way. Where I can then click on this. This doesn't tell me how many ingots make one. Unless that is one ingot for one spile. I don't think it is. I think it's less than that or more than that. I forget. Let's do that. I need to recount how many things are in here. So I need 21 in this. This is all the extra coal I have. So if I keep them separated like that, I'll have the exact amount of coal I need. So... You get a coal. You get a coal, you get a coal. You get another ingot. Put these up there as well. Grab you. Now they don't have to burn for the entire coal. How hot do they have to be? They only have to be 475, so I can cut them off. No? I don't know if I can cut them off halfway and then let them keep burning. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna cut them off at 500. And see if we can get them anywhere close to the amount that I need. Or the temperature that I need for them to still be worked. So if I do that, these can be all work now. Spile... 2 ingots makes 4. So then I need 24 ingots, right? Or do I only need... Yeah, I need 24. Because I can't do 23. 23 won't translate on the anvil. We'll just have an extra spile. Wait, no! Yeah, we'll do it this way. I don't know why it isn't 1 ingot for 2 spiles and then 2 ingots for 4. It's 1 ingot for 1 spile. So it's 1 for 1 or 2 for 4. How are these doing? Okay, so the forge only goes up to 900 degrees. It's good to keep in mind for later. I am actually going to get them going again. I think I only need 1 of them going. No, I do need the other one. I miscounted in my head how many I needed. We made 8 so far out of 24. So we're making 16. We need to do another set of 8 after. Are these too cold now? Ah, they are. Alright, we're gonna be spending time to reheat that. They do go up higher than 900. Okay. We can probably mix the temperatures and get them somewhere close to being workable together before they burn out. Welcome in, Slig. I do have a quad health hammer set up. Unfortunately, the health hammers only help with turning blooms into ingots and ingots into plates. They don't do anything other than that. So they turn an iron bloom into an iron ingot. They'll turn splinter steel into a steel ingot, and then they turn any type of metal into plates, but they don't do anything else. I heard him coming and I still jumped. There's another one? Slig, did you leave the door open? You're letting all the monsters in. It definitely was a mod, Slig. I don't know what mods were on Wellbred's server. Or, not what? Was it Wellbred's? Or was it Willow's? I think it was... No, it was Wellbred's server. Willow had the Conan Exile server. Yeah, I never wrote down all the different mods that Wellbred had. Or if I... No, I did write them down. Only when I tried downloading them later on with an upgraded version of the game, the mods weren't all upgraded. And I got rid of some of the mods that I couldn't figure out what they were used for. So, some of the mods, as you've seen now with the health hammers, I don't know which mod does that. We did re-download some mods, like the translocator moving mod. Another one? Nope, it's shift, not crouch. They shouldn't be able to climb up the ladders. That's the only other way in. It's the ladder and that one door. Also, Slig, you made it just in time for us to finish off the game. We are not going to be playing after tomorrow. I did see your message. I did try to answer, but I think you may have been lurking or left by the time I answered. We're not playing on 122. We're on 121.7, which was the last stable version of 121. We did on Friday try upgrading to 122, but then corrupted our save file. So anything that had ladders, lanterns, and these aged planks, but as a block, not a slab, they all became question mark blocks because those were the three things that were upgraded in the newest version of 122, along with windmills. So everything still functions, but anytime we see a question mark block, if we destroy it and then place on something else, it then updates. Like inner cave underneath the town, we have, I think, 5 or 6 lanterns that are question mark blocks right now. It is still producing light, but the moment we change anything surrounding that area, it will update it to where there's no light. Okay, we still have enough heat to work this. The windmills, they added a friction aspect to the axles and gears. So the longer your power network is, the higher chance of it catching on fire just by friction. Then they also added the water mills, so the power producing things were updated, but nothing was functionally changed. Ladders, I have no idea what they updated with ladders. I think they just added more ladder types. And I guess lanterns have been updated in some way. I have no idea what they did with lanterns. And then they could have made the these aged wooden planks, which is the name of the full block, I think they made them not able to be made, maybe? I don't know. Like, you have to find them in a ruin or something? I'm pretty sure after this set of 4, I need another set of 8. We're trying to make enough spiles to put 4 spiles around 13 trees. We can do 4 spiles, which is enough for 1 tree, with 2 ingots. So once I hammer out these 2 ingots that are in my hand, or in my inventory, after making this anvil hit, I'll check to see how much we have. I think it said 92. If I did a math, it's 23 times 4. That is, in fact, 92. So as long as we have 92 spiles by the time we're done, then we have enough. I just want to get through these before checking so that I make sure I hammer them while they're still hot. We are going to be switching back to Oxygen Not Included. That is our main game from this chapter, although we've been playing Vigid Story for almost 4 months straight. Because I did not do things the most fastest way I could. There's also a Minior yellow in chat. Minior has 5 different colors. They're all the same Pokemon, but they come in 5 different colors. When we do go back into Oxygen Not Included, I do have a plan for what we're going to be doing before we go into our next side story. And the next few side stories that I have planned in order should be things that I can finish relatively quickly compared to Vigid Story, because I actually have an end goal. I don't know if any of these have to be... Oh, they float! I didn't realize that they float. I know some of these are getting caught. I'll worry about them afterwards. So we have a few that did not stack. Maybe if I stand up here, it'll be easier to throw them in. Well, that didn't get thrown in well. There we go. And then these 4. There we go. So that is not even half the amount that I need, and I'm pretty sure I'm miscounting somehow. We made 32. That's not even half the amount that I need. So if I make 4, so that's only 8 trees. That's not even enough to finish all of our maple trees. We have 11 maple trees we have to cover, and then 12 pine trees. So if I cut everything in half, that would be how many spiles we can make. We have 1 extra ingot. What's 14 times 4? That's how many we can make. We can make an additional 56. Which is still not enough. So I feel like I'm miscounted somewhere. So before I do anything with these ingots, I'm going to go place these around the saplings that aren't going to grow during the winter. And see if any way I miscounted over here, because we can place them down in the spots that they're going to be, so long as there's no grass or snow. Oh, there's one over here. So eventually these will be on trees in those spots. Yeah, I definitely need that amount that I just did the math on. So we're gonna have to make more tin bronze ingots, which we haven't made in like 2 months. We got into iron and then we never looked back. Is this still open? No, it's not. I'll go through here. So we definitely do need to figure out how many I have. So now I have 3 trees. I have a total of 15 trees. Times 4, that's 60 total spiles that I need left, that I have left to get. If I divide that back by 4, the amount of trees is how many ingots we need. No, that can't be right, because then we would only need 15. Do we need 30? I think we need 30. I need 1 more ingot. Two ingots makes 4. 2 ingots equal 1 tree. We have 15 trees. We need 30 ingots. So I do need just 1 more ingot. On the other hand, I should probably make 3 ingots, so that's an even 4 for us to have here, rather than just making 1. And we never found out if we can smelt with a full bar copper. So we're gonna have to cut this down into bits if we don't have enough bits to make 1. How many bits are in 1 copper bar? Is it 100? I'm pretty sure it's 100 for 1 bar, right? Let me get the ingot calculator. I really should keep this as like a bookmark. We're making 10 bronze. We want We want 10 bronze, right? Yeah, it just looks different. Like they changed something on here. It used to be 93% and 7% tin. Now it's 92% and 8% tin. But if we change the slider until the amount of copper I need is 100, we would need 10 pieces of tin and an additional 10 copper. So I'm gonna guess that I don't need that. And we're gonna test this out right now. Can I put an ingot in the crucible? Oh, I can't. Okay. Now this is going to make a total of 6 ingots. I might just make a total of 20. Which would be 32 pieces of tin and almost 350 copper. That's not where the tin would be. Tin would be in here. 16, that's not enough. Alright, we're gonna have to cut bar. And how much copper do I have in here? A little bit of copper there, a little bit here. We do have this 1 ingot's worth of tin. No, that's gold. This is half a bar, almost. And this is a coal. Why do we have the coal in here? It should be in there. Alright, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Let's break this down. That only makes 20. I forget, did we have 12? We do have 12. I break it apart like that. Oh, we can't do that. I have to use this tin now, because we won't have enough inventory spaces in the UI of the Crucible. There's only 4 spots, and we need these 3 for copper. So this tin is going to go in there now. And then each one of these ingots is 100 pieces. We need... $368, so I need 4 ingots. And I need to chop them all down. That is not the right amount. Oh, that's right. Each bit is 5 units. So I really need... This is 4 ingots. I need another 15? Because I need a total of 19 ingots. And we put 1 back. Nope, that grabbed another. Is it this way? There we go. This should give us a little bit more than what we need. But I do need those 2 stacks, and then we get to keep 12. 2,000 units of tin bronze, which is equivalent of 20 ingots. Grab the black hole. Toss you in there. Grab this, add you to the fire. Put this copper in there. Give it a little bit of a sort. And then while that's cooking, we are going to cook the rest of these. So I need 4, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Pretty sure that's how much coal we need to do all but that 1 ingot. That away, grab this. Get all them going. They're both on, right? Nope. I thought I had this lit before I switched to the next one. I did not. And I grabbed the ingot. I do that frequently, and I don't know why. Alright, just so I don't accidentally use this, I'm gonna put this down. We're gonna have more ingots to place over there, so it's not like that's gonna be out of place. And then, what can I go put away? The maple seeds? I can get out of here. Maple, pine, we have oak and birch for later. We have these for lantern, poles. Chisel? Don't think we still need the chisel. We do still need the hammer. And the tongs in our offhand. I think I can eat another pie slice. I cannot. Alright, how are these coming? That's at 900. For some reason, it didn't go past 900. Grab them, put these in here. After I do these four, I'm going to check the crucible. It will take a while for that to heat up enough for us to pour it, but I also don't want to use too much of our black coal on it. Get these started. Oh, didn't mean to drop that. Okay, that's not even halfway done. I'm purposely spreading out, burning the ingots, now that I know how slowly I have to hammer them out. So by the time I'm done the next two, the crucible that's currently lit should be ready. If not, it's already ready now. Because it does take quite a while. Alright, where's the little one? He's sleeping near my feet. Alright, get these placed down. Start the next group of ingots. And then I think after I do the next set of 2 ingots, I should have the crucible ready for us to pour. If I'm wrong, it's going to be ready after these 2 ingots, the set that we're currently working on. Start those. How's the crucible going? It's about 3/4 of the way done. So we do have quite a while for it to be waited on. I think we can also eat the remaining slice of pie that we have in our hand. And then we'll hold this in our hand for later. Oh, I forgot to grab these. Dang it! Dang it! Not what I meant to do. That's getting close. I think after the next 4 ingots that are currently being lit in the bloomery, the crucible might be ready. I'm trying to spread out how far away I think we are every time I check in on it. That should be enough to get the next 4 ingots. And I'm gonna do both of these at once because we only have 8 ingots left. That's gonna be ready after this. Actually, just so we don't burn more than we need. Got them. We'll start the next 2 on the anvil. Then we'll grab our super hot crucible. And we come down here and pour all of it. Alright, and then by the time we're done with our ingots, this should be ready. Those were all ready already. I picked up the ingots because I have a feeling that the ingots sitting in the bloomery cool down quicker than the ones that are in your hand. It's like the temperature timer resets when you change where they are. It's like if they're slowing down or cooling down quickly in my hand, if I put them on the anvil, it might change how quickly they're cooling down. That's what it seems like. I don't know if there's any science back behind that. Our maple syrup in the crucible or cauldron's probably done. Our quern might be done, now that we found out that the rib cages can't be querned. I hope I left the door shut this time. That's shut. That's shut. Like I said earlier, there's no other way in here other than those two doors. And I don't think they can climb up ladders, even if they, the door was open to the other room. And we should probably check on the steel when we're done the spiles that are in our hand. The steel's probably ready. I should probably sleep so that we can get through February a little bit faster. If I go to sleep now with the ingots in my hand, they will cool down while we're sleeping. So I definitely have to finish the next 2 sets of spiles before we go to sleep. Which, in Vintage Story Time, shouldn't take too long. I would be surprised if it takes us until midnight in the game. This is going to be the last set here. I'm going to have to shrink my inventory a little bit before we go to sleep and everything. That's all the spiles we can make now. I don't know how many can stack into one inventory slot, so we're gonna figure that out now. Apparently 56, maybe more. Well, definitely more, not maybe. Run to my house before the shiver finds me. Wonderful. Go to sleep in front of our new fireplace. We should put a painting above the fireplace. Are we gonna need to grab more food? Yes, we are. Don't know why I have 9 mean fertility soil in my hand, but we'll figure it out. Oh, glaring slow, bro. Don't know why the noise didn't go off yet. I have slow bro. I don't have Galarian slow bro. Do I have a ball that's used for psychic types? I feel like I do. I feel like I... Is Cypher Ball for... It is. I should have done a Cypher Ball. Oh, it's also Poison. Galarian Slowbro is Poison and Psychic. And I have a ball that's good for both of those 2 types. Alright. I've been holding on to those Cypher Balls for a very long time. I call it the Slowbro. We definitely are going to have to do a stream in the future that's us doing the Pokemon games. Just so I can actually show you guys the games that they came in. Fire and Leaf Green, the first games that I grew up on the I forget what it's called. Game Boy Advanced SP, the one that looks like a flip phone. That is now on the Nintendo Switch, so I'm hoping by the time we get around to doing Pokemon-related games, that they will have all the Game Boy Advance games, which will also include Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And then I can catch everything from the first 3 generations of Pokemon, aside from the mythical Pokemon. Now this should be at 80%, it is. The amount of charcoal I just put on the flame should be the amount that we need to bring that up to 100%. If not, I miscounted somewhere. Alright, before I light any of these, we're gonna go place these down so I can count exactly how many trees I need. And then we'll just multiply that by 2. Alright, then we have all of these. Oh, that's the wrong spot. Can't do right there, there's grass. And this is gonna keep annoying me unless I get rid of it now. I'm just gonna throw it on the ground, let it despawn, because I don't need flint. So I think I can do all 3 of these trees here. It looks like I can do another 2. Yeah, I can do another 2. So I only need 4 more Spiles, which means I just need 2 more ingots being fired. Which would be this tree here. Okay. Alright, that's on there. Where did that hole go? It went in here. Not where I wanted it to go. Put all them in there. Probably not going to need the chisel. I think I can put the chisel away. I am going to need the pantograph for any lanterns that we're going to need to place around the new tree area. We're probably going to need to make more brass. While that's still heating up, it's halfway done already. I'm going to go grab the stuff for making lanterns. Should be this chest. We have 18 candles, so we could make 18 lanterns. I would need all of that. And then we need 18 plates of brass. Which is something I can use the Hellhammers for. 18 plates means I need 36 ingots. That's 32. That should be 36. And then this divided by 4 is 4, 8, 9 coal. To get all that. And this is something that the Hellhammers can help with. So by the time that these are ready, we should be done the Spiles. We do have decent wind right now, too. Oh, I forgot to get food and to check the quern. We're gonna have to do that, too. Didn't mean to pick it up right away. I'm still picking it up right away. There we go. I missed one. I'm not too sure if I had to cool them down in order to be able to place them later. Okay, they're both lit, as far as I can tell. We can turn on the Hellhammer. Turn them into brass plates while we go and look at the quern and grab some more pies. I'm gonna grab the pies first and sit down here. These should be all the same type of pie. They are. The only reason why we're coming over here to look at the quern is so I can turn it off and get a little bit more speed. Oh, it is on the last 11. Nice. So we'll be able to turn that off finally for the first time in like 3 episodes. Now, as you guys can see with the amount of options we have, brass can only be made into a few things. 2 of those options, if not 3 of them, are mod related. So you have hooks from the food, spiles from culinary artillery, and then you also have the brass plates that we're making. And those are ready already. Get these started. Get those up. Looks like the wind is starting to slow down now. Those are going to be done by the time this is ready. I think I picked it up, right? Nope, I didn't. Good thing I checked. I would have let that thing despawn over time. And make it an even number. That's getting close to being ready. I'm just hoping that the wind keeps up until we're done. The last 4 ingots are gone. We're getting to this time that the health hammers start bugging out, so I'm gonna have to start doing some of this by hand. We kind of need wind to be above 30% for the health hammers to be beneficial. Anytime it goes below 30, it's either the same speed as me hammering it myself, or it's slightly slower. And I know that every time we add a windmill, our speed, when in relation to the wind speed, goes down by 10%. So right now, we're kind of maxed out at 30% wind. If we put another windmill, we would max out around 20%. Like, that would be the slowest that's beneficial. And then if we added a second one, it would go down to 10. There's no way that we can put 3 windmills and have it work at 0%, because that's just not possible if there's no wind. But it would get close. There is a bell sprout. That is Gen 1. I have it. Am I hammering it? For a second I wasn't. I grab the other 4 ingots. We are getting a little bit of wind now, so it might be picking up. It's gonna keep doing this weird bugging thing for a little bit. Until the wind speed stays above 30, or I think it might even be 25%. That's when it stops doing this weird bugging thing where it's going up and down rapidly, like right now. We are, however, on our last 3 plates, so we're not too far off. Yeah, we're on the last 3. Wanted to make sure I was still counting correctly. Might just keep the windmill. No, they went. Are we back? Or is it just a tease? It's just a tease. Oh, I see 30%. We're second there. When I hammer while the health hammers are going, it kind of messes up the mod. So if I know it's going to go for a while, I'm going to stop hammering. Where did that... Oh, I got it. And I'm guessing they don't stack or hardenate. Nope. We had 22% for a second there. It looks like it's trying. I'm keeping an eye on the wood in the bottom left corner. When it starts rotating, that's when I'm stop hammering. This is the last plate, though. So we can actually turn them off and not care about it anymore. Put the hammer away. We just still need the tongs out because we're going to be throwing all these plates in. I missed 2 of them. Oh, I missed 4. And with that, we have an available 18 plates. Now, we have 19 available lanterns for us to use. We don't have enough blocks for it, though. We'd have to make more ashlar blocks. Let's use the front door for once. And I'm pretty sure the quern is done. It's actually on its last bone. So with that piece of bone meal, we are now done. So if I go down here, turn that off, Go back up. We're going to take all the bone meal out and bring it over to the farmhouse. This bone meal goes in this chest, or this crate. Okay, now we're going to make something that's more of a park than a farm. So first I'm going to put the spiles over here. We do still have to make all the buckets, the same amount of buckets. But what I want to do is create a small park over here. So where would I need to put the lanterns? Well, definitely one somewhere right here. So I'm thinking one right there. Then I think I'll keep it in line with both of them. So that would be this block, I think. Yes, it is. And then do I want to stay in line with that lantern? Is that too far out? So it'd be this block here, and then there. I think this is too far out, because it's going to leave a dead space in the middle. Does it really go to this corner piece? It does. Look at that. Yeah, it leaves a dead space here. Which we could just have offset. And inline it with that lantern. This would be a cool little park. We could put like a little pond in the middle or a fountain. I'll even come over here and put a thing on the wall. Okay, that makes things easy because we only need a few lanterns. Or a few blocks. And then pantograph. Copy that. Alright, now for this one, it's going to be birch and oak trees mixed in. So I could just throw them around, literally. Because it should still plant. Oh, it does overwrite the grass. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to pick it up. Is that gonna work? Okay. I do have a lot of oak trees, so I'm trying to place them down first now. I want this one specifically placed right here. I'm trying to keep the center area open for that idea of a fountain. Oh, didn't mean to pick that up. Didn't mean to place that there. That one can go right there. And then this one will go over here. Then over time, that should look pretty good. Now the only thing I don't like is this oak seed being right there. That's a little too close to the center, so we're going to place it right in there. So now, what I'm going to do, since I have a bunch of these ashlar blocks is I'm going to get a circle going. And there's a calculator that will show you how to do a circle out of squares. So if you Google circle of squares, it brings up different calculations. You can see exactly how big and how to do it. So we are probably going to go for a 12 by 12 circle, which we might not have enough blocks for, so it's 2, 4, 8 blocks per corner. We don't have 8 blocks. We have a total of 16, so I'd have to do a corner that only has 4. Eight by 8 only has 4 blocks. No, that's 5. We have to go for a 7 by 7. So let's first find the center of where we're going to place this. I think we'll place it right along with that lantern and this path. So this would be the center. We go out 3 blocks, and this is where we start counting. So this is 3, 1, and 3, 1, 3, and repeating all the way around. And they should use all but 1 block because we placed 1 in the center. And then I'm going to go up to there. The next thing I'm going to do before we start chiseling is probably make this something else. Now with us placing all the trees out there, we don't have any trees to decorate around our town, so I'm probably gonna have to go grab more seeds. Sort all that. What would I use for the bottom that you're not really gonna see under the water? Mud brick, maybe? What would the center be? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We need 20 blocks. So that should be the center, not including the center midpoint. And then we just need a bunch of water. I'm gonna go grab chiseling stuff. Because we're gonna chisel the outside and make it look more rounded. I might even grab more stuff to make more of these blocks. I'm not so sure yet. So first thing I need to do, just so I can get a way out, dig that out. Oh, this is where we had the small hill that we got our first dirt from. That's pretty neat that we're coming back to that spot. Alright, and then need to replace that block so that the water doesn't run out. And then I'm gonna go off of eco rules, where I need to place a water source in every single block. Doesn't look like I put water here. Weird. It's not putting water there either. Oh, I see what happened. It combined all the buckets. Can I place buckets on the path? No, I cannot. I can place buckets, however, in here as a temporary placeholder, because I only want one bucket in my hand. Yeah, this is going a lot easier than I expected it to. Now this looks like it's a full water source, but I'm gonna put water in there anyway, just to make sure. Alright, and then if I'm lucky, all I have to do is... not right there. Right there. It does look a little odd, though. But anyway, let's actually block that off for a moment. And what I'm going to do is chisel this into a circle. This is my offhand. I want to turn all three of these into chisel blocks. Because what I need to do is go down to a single voxel and then chisel out a 16 by 16 square. It's definitely not a 32. It could be an... no, it's definitely not an 8. It's a 16 by 16. So I need 1, 2. That's the start. Then we go 2, 1, 2. We do the same thing on this side, so it's like that. And in the middle should be 6. Yep, that's right. This side's a little bit harder to see. But I did do it right. Okay, now I just need to get rid of everything leading downwards. It's going to be a little bit hard to do until we get a bunch of the chiseled voxels out of there. Actually, I might be able to cut this down a little bit. That's a tiny bit faster. This one I can't do. So the corners can all be chiseled like this. Then the rest has to be done by hand. This is all just to make this look a little round. Now that there is ice, this might be a little bit easier to work on. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last thing that we make. I wonder if there's a command that would speed up time so that we can see the town with the trees grown and everything. we need that. We do not need this. Alright, is that a circle there? Did I miss anything? Did I accidentally put a chisel piece? Oh, that definitely looks rounded. I wonder if the pantograph can mirror this. Ooh, it can. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted. Okay, let's paste that there. Then I should be able to go like this. Oh, it did the opposite. Ah, I pasted it all the way around. Alright, what if I... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I apparently chiseled ice and made it tangible. Didn't know I could do that. Lake ice. That can despawn. What I wanted to do was copy that and place it over here. That didn't work. I wonder how it checks what to mirror. It looks like I have to be looking at the left side, like it copies left to right. That's what I got from that, at least. And now that all four corners are done like that, it does add the water in. Now, the next thing that we could do is hollow out the entire thing. If we make it less than 50% stone, we can then add water in it and have water spill out of it. So I'm going to take this inside somewhere. I think what we're going to do is do it down here. So I don't think this will do anything to the ingots. It does not. Does it go down the power? I think it went down the power. It did, but it didn't knock out the light. But for some reason, the light is very dark in here. That was weird. I'm guessing the water did that. Let's not do it down there. I came up here so I can grab some water from there. We're gonna do it at home. Because home is a little bit warmer. Home should also have some firewood nearby. We'll keep a full stack. this, I'm just going to leave right next to the house. Get that going to warm us up. Close the door, and I want to know if we get the heat buff from right here. It looks like we are. Don't know if we are, though. Alright, if I add dirt right here, what happens when I place the water? No water goes down the walls. So I think it's safe to chisel right here. I think I want the wedge. So let's grab that. This is going to make quick work of moving this around. So I need to take this entire layer down. I think we'll go down to there, and then 2 blocks in? What would that make the inner shape? Well, that's the same size, so that can't be right. What does a 4-block wide one look like? That's a 12, so it'd be 2. Or 2. 2 again. And 4. And that makes this 3 blocks deep. So that can't be right. Let's try the 13 where... No, it has to be an even number. So we'll do the 14 block one. Which is 6 blocks wide, just like the 16. But it's an... cut off like that. But it's not like that. Yeah, this is odd to do with an even number. So right here would be that. This doesn't seem right. Some places are thicker than the others. What about that? What would that have been? This looks like the 13 by 13 square, just not 5 blocks in this direction. It's a 6th block. If I shrunk it down to 4, what would this look like as a 4? floor looks spiky. So it'd be that, then 1 over, 1 down. Yeah, that brings us in. It's not what we want. We want to keep it like this. Alright, now hopefully when I do this, it raises the entire thing. Yes! Now I want to know if I can waterlog this now, but I have no water. And I could have sworn that I closed the door, but I guess I didn't. Must not have been holding shift when I did it. Alright, let's see if I can waterlog this. I can, but the water goes outside the block. That's not what we want. And I forgot to grab water from that again. How do we prevent water from running outside the block? So I want the water contained in this, but I also want it to spill out the sides in like a small area. What if I was to... If I was to get rid of... Is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to figure out how to add a ring, or get rid of a ring. Okay. Kind of what I wanted. And then I think I wanted to go down to this. Nope, not like that. How do I undo last block? Thank you. I think we wanted to right-click on this. Okay, I see what's going on. That's what I want there. That's not what I wanted to do. I want island mode. So that should be 4 voxels. This should be 2, and if I get rid of that, it might look different with the water. So let's go grab water again. So I forgot to grab water before I deleted the other thing. And see how this looks. Okay, it kind of looks like it's coming out of there. If I were to get rid of 2 more voxels, it might look better. Actually, if I get rid of just the top 2, it would look like it's spilling out the top. How low does it go? Hold on a second. Am I on island mode? I want to be on island mode. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. I'm trying to find the point where it goes below the stone at any time. Is it this point? Yeah, it only sometimes goes below the ground. That's what I want. Get rid of this water. If we jump up here, we add water and grab water. It makes it look like it's only spewing out in that square. It also looks like it goes down another... So if I just grab this and take it down one more, is that the height that I wanted at? Because it looks like being outside has changed it a little bit. Alright, if I get rid of this... and replace the water first. That puts it in the chisel block. Okay. That's how I want it to be. Kind of. There's a little bit of shenanigans that are going on. That in, and then this shouldn't stop the water from the way it is now. I do need to stop the spreading. Oh, it's the ice. Right, here, here, and here. Break the ice. I forgot that this is also not correct there. I'm hoping that if it forms ice after the water's running on it, it doesn't freeze over. We're gonna see how it works later on. We could also put some candles on these if I had more candles. We used them all for the lanterns. Alright. This goes in here. Oh, it's going in the house. I think that we are not going to change the padlocks at all, and that this is going to be the end of the stream. The final Vintage Story stream. So we went a little longer than I expected. So I can't think of anything else. The only other thing I can think of is finding a command to grow things quicker. To speed up time, I guess would be the best. So if I do this command, time calendar speed mole, then 1.0, that is actually what we're set at. So if I do 2.0, we should change the day to being 12 minutes. And then if I do 4, it should be 6 minutes. Eight would be 3 minutes. I'm trying to get this down to 30 seconds, but I'm doing it slowly. 16 should be 1.5. "32 is close to half a minute. And I'm gonna go inside because I don't know what this is gonna do. Is there a window for me to look out? Oh, we're starting to starve. I didn't think that this would actually make us hungry. Alright, so what I'm doing is fast forwarding through the times. If I do 64, that'd be the next jump to 0.4. So what's that? Every 40 seconds is 1 day? Or is that every 4 seconds? Should be every 40 seconds. So if I do 128, that would be the next jump. We're trying to get all the way to April quickly. Look how fast the stars pass during the night. Alright, let's do one more jump. That should get us to every 10 seconds. That'd be 256. So now a day in the game is 5 seconds. We might want to go all the way into May, because I want the snow to melt as well. Oh, hello. Starting to hunger again. Well, we're probably making food spoil quickly, too. We are making this spoil very quickly. And it just turned into rot. I didn't think that far ahead. Because we are technically making the food last less. We definitely have to go a little bit further. Luckily, the starvation tick is still as slow as it was. Okay, we're starting to get some greenage. Things just started to melt away. Alright, let's turn this down to 1. And let's go get some food. So the pies in here should not have spoiled because they have a shelf life of a long time. The vegetables as well should not have spoiled because they have a long life cycle. But now we can see the trees are starting to grow. Will mature in about 6 days, okay. Will sprout in less than a day, 6 days. Alright, we need to make the buckets before I forget. Apparently that has some water in it. Oh, right. Because they're outside, so they would have collected rainwater. Oh, we didn't finish the path over here. We have a couple things to do before we end. I'm already spacing out what we're doing. 12, 24 times 4, 96. 96 buckets. Getting the calculator out. It is 96. The bucket is 5 planks and twine or rope. We're going to be using the rope to get this done. Because we have a lot of rope, as you can see. Grab all the wood that I have. That is 20. We're going to need more planks, maybe more rope as well. Yeah, that's as much as I could make right now. I'm gonna go see if this is enough for the moment. We're gonna place a bucket on every corner until these trees are done. Then we put the spiles on the trees and the buckets on the spiles. Okay, we have 8 trees and a half. 8 times 4 is 32, plus another 2. We need 34 more buckets. So that is going to cost a lot more wood. And we're going to keep making it out of oak. I'm just going to make the rest of this into planks. And then move this down here, which brings us another little bit of oak. Now we don't have enough of anything to make all of them. How do I make a rope? Vines and cattails. We're going to use a lot of vines. Because that's definitely not enough. Alright, let's put this here. I already forgot how much I needed. Pretty sure it's 3, make a rope, yep. Grab one more stack. What happened there? What is going on here? That was weird. That made a bunch more. Oh, where this goes. Five, 10, 15, 20, 23, 24, 5, 10, 20, 36. We have 36. Let's use this first, because I'm pretty sure we needed less than 36. I don't really remember to count anymore. We're going to be going fast forward until June 6th before these are done, I think. Oh, Gina, you found the golden ticket. I don't know what that is. Oh, you redeemed the golden ticket. I wonder what movement is. Okay, we did make more buckets than we needed. An extra 2, but that's fine. Another thing we need is a lot of path blocks. What does the path maker do? Chisel blocks into paths. Okay, we don't want that. We do just want this though. And it is dirt with stone. So if we grab a stack of dirt and a stack of stone, we can get a stack of path blocks. So it should be just this with this on top. Yes, it is. Look at that. Oh, we only get 16. Okay, so it's a 4-to-1 ratio of dirt. And with this stone, I should have a full stack. Yep. That away. We're going to go into here. Planks away. Put the ropes in here. Put the roofs in there. Don't know where our water bucket went. I definitely placed that down somewhere. Oh, it's right here. It's like the second bucket that we put down. Okay, so this is going to go in here. And then I'm hoping that 20 or 64 path blocks is enough to finish this whole thing. not what I wanted to do. Alright, that looks like it's all pathed out. So what I'm going to do now is the same thing until the trees are done, which should be June 5th or June 6th, depending on the sapling. This goes in there. I don't think I have anything else important in my hand. We are, in fact, just going to go back up on the bed and sit down and wait 6 days. No, 7 days. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're going into May 6th, not June 6th. We're now 4 days in. 5 days in. Now should be when most of them are fully grown. And now the rest should be fully grown. So with it being May 7th, we should see all the trees are grown. Now my next step is get rid of some of the leaves. Just so the headroom is 3 blocks, not just 2. Alright, our little park over here looks pretty good. Just gonna get rid of the leaves for the same reason. This should also help the light from the lanterns go further, because they're not going through the leaves. I'm also surprised that the lake is still frozen over. Okay, I don't want that there. Don't want this there. Where is this sapling? Don't want that there. This bush can stay where it was. I'm gonna look around for any extra saplings that fell. Like right there. That's just one that didn't grow, I don't think. I don't think there's any grown around here. No, there's not. There's a few sticks around. Okay, so I'm gonna put one right there. And I guess I'm just gonna throw some trees here and there. Why is that missing a block? Whoa, that's chiseled. Oh, that's right, that's our chisel block from a while ago. So that block can get just deleted. And I think I'll add another tree right there. No, I won't. Place it right there. We don't need to see those grow. Actually, we might. I might just hop another... Oh, 8 days. Then we might go into June. Alright, let's pick up everything. That's not what I wanted to do. How do I pick up the buckets? Why am I not able to pick up the bucket? Oh, you can't pick it up with something in your hand. I'm hoping that if I do this, I will be able to not fill up my hot bar. Oh, one of the trees didn't grow. Will mature in less than a day. Oh. Forgot how many buckets we need. If I run out of inventory space, I can start placing the buckets down where they are supposed to be. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna run out of inventory space. Let's start placing them where they should be. Oh, I don't want that there. Alright, I should be able to pick up the rest of the buckets now. There we go. Then that leaves me an empty hand for us to pick up all of these. Alright, I'm gonna put all the buckets again. Very awkward to put them down because you have to shift click. I can put these buckets here before the tree's grown because it shouldn't affect the tree at all. And that is the water bucket for some reason. And I got the water bucket again. Don't know why it's choosing the water bucket. This is getting annoying. Yeah, this should be the last 5 buckets. Now it's time for all the spiles. You know, I will do it here. I think doing 2 sides at once would be the quickest way to do this, rather than going around the entire tree. Now, one tree still hasn't grown yet, so we're gonna have to fast forward. I'm surprised that when we're fast forwarding, the monsters don't spawn very quickly at night. Alright, let's fast forward until this tree gets grown. You fast forwarded right into a storm. Alright, now this all should start collecting stuff over time. If I look up Spiles. Maples is January to March, so we're out of that. Resin is April to September, so we should be getting some maple sap. We did get some right there. I also just heard a drifter, but I don't see it. So anyway, I am gonna go sleep through the night. Actually, we should probably grow the trees out here first. So how many days? 5 days there. This I'm gonna hide over there. And I'm also gonna look this way so I can see when things are ready. 5 days would be like June 2nd or June 1st. We're gonna get starved a little bit. Our trees are starting to pop up now. I'm gonna go until like June 6th, just to make sure that all the trees are grown. Because I do still see some more popping up. Okay. 11 a.m. June 6th. All of our trees are grown. We're gonna go grab our last pie for us to eat on stream. And let's go take our final screenshot. Now, we should have taken 2 screenshots. Because we're technically on the third of today's stream. So before I had the break for dinner, what would we have had completed by then? I'm not entirely sure, because we were doing the Spiles for a while. We were making a park. Yeah, I really don't know what would be our screenshot for the second third. Also, I'm gonna chop that off so that I can actually see where I'm going up here. We're gonna take a screenshot in a minute once I can get up there. You can't even tell that that's a bunch of trees in a park. So I think I may have put too many trees in the park. But anyway, you can't even see that the tunnel's there. This is where we're going to be ending off the game. So, our final screenshot. And now we're going to take a quick intermission. I don't know what happened here. All of a sudden can't do anything. There we go. You know, I never looked around up here. What is up here? I think at one point I said that I was going to put like a castle or something up here on this hill just to overlook everything. Just saw lightning strike twice. Wow. So, let's go back home, and then we're gonna not find out someone to raid out to. But we are going to take a quick break while I start oxygen, not included, for the first time in many months. You know what? Just for jokes. Oh, we also got the steel. It says 90% complete, like the fire wasn't going. Maybe I did miscount that. Did I need another 16 going? Two, 4, 6, 8. I think I definitely miscounted. It's probably 5 sets of 2 full blocks. 2 full blocks is 32 pieces, so that is 3.5 stacks. I did count that out earlier, but then I put a quarter of a stack on there to bring us up to 90%. Okay, so what I was coming over here to do was make sure that every door is shut. We're gonna pretend like we're closing up shop. And I have to make sure to hold shift when I do it. Holding shift keeps the doors shut. Why are you just on the ground? I'm leaving it there, chat. I'm not gonna take time to make an ash floor block just for that. I have a fan, there's a door there. I have a fan, there's a door up here. There is not. Of course, our main house is going to be the last door to get shut, so I'm going to make sure that everything over here is okay. Ooh, we have some honey in our beehive kilns. Or not our beehive kilns, they're just our regular beehives. Okay, this would be our farmhouse. Alright, chat. We're going to our very last door. I should probably have... There we go. And with that, we close the game for the last time. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live, I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. EST to 12:30 p.m. EST, and on Sundays from 10 a.m. EST to 2 p.m. EST.